Damn!
What's good, YouTube? It's your host Axel Rose, the Shogun with the slogan, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. And today, I will be reviewing the movie Dragon Ball Superhero. All I've got to say is this movie is fire. Absolute explosive fire. Back to being professional. Dragon Ball Superhero is the latest installment of the Dragon Ball movie series, which in my opinion, lately has been on a really good run, especially when it comes to things like fleshing out our favorite characters that don't usually get the spotlight because of two certain other characters. Dragon Ball Superhero focuses on the return of the evil Red Ribbon Army, with two family members related to the original bad boy posse, Commander Red and Dr. Gero, attempting to bring back the former glory of all, which is the Red Ribbon. Now, this will definitely be a non-spoiler review because I feel like if you are a Dragon Ball fan, you definitely have to see this movie because there's going to be a ton of callbacks to the earlier series, and it's going to be good to see the certain characters who do rise and finally get their time in the spotlight. It's going to be good for you to see that initially yourself. Now, one of the things I really like about this movie is the overall pacing. There's no gaps, no filler. It just pretty much gets straight to the point. And we all know how Dragon Ball can be with filler. Now, this isn't to say that it's just mindless action all the way throughout. On the contrary, it's just that once the ride starts, it does not stop. Now, if you were one of the fans who are worried about the series making the transition to 3D, I can assure you right now to fret not, as the new art style still retains all that Toriyama goodness from the series we know and love. Actually, in my opinion, it allows the characters to be more emotive and fluid in their animations. And there's numerous parts in the movie, not just fight scenes, that clearly demonstrate this. Like one of my favorites, without any spoilers, just look out for the part where Piccolo tries to fly a plane and it just goes horribly wrong. Like absolutely horribly wrong. And his reaction just made everything extra funny. Now, that probably could have been done in 2D, but it just wouldn't have looked the same and it would have taken a ton of work. Now, like a true Dragon Ball purist, I saw the movie in its native tongue, Japanese. And some people might not be down with it because the English voices are very good, especially Piccolo. And since he's one of the main stars of this movie, you know, I could understand if that doesn't work for you. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there is kind of something about the way the English voice for Vegeta always says Kakarot. It's just fire. It's just really fire. Now, as this is a no spoiler review, there's not much I can go into as regards story. All I can say is that if you're a Dragon Ball fan or even an anime fan in general, you probably will enjoy this movie. The new characters are on point, the animation looks splendid, and the fighting scenes are what you're here for a lot of the time. But the story was surprisingly good. And one of the things I like about it is that it stays true to Toriyama-san's original vision of Gohan, you know, taking up the mantle and actually becoming a real boss in these anime streets. In fact, the only downside I can say this movie has is that they just didn't do enough with the main villain. You know, Cell Max. You guys probably know about Cell Max by now, but in my opinion, they didn't do enough with him, especially, I mean, I might be biased because he's my favorite Dragon Ball villain of all time, but me personally, I think they could have done a little bit more with him personality-wise. But if you guys are looking for more specifics and more meat on this Dragon Ball pie, do not worry. I will have a spoiler review coming very soon. Now, on the other hand, I have been hearing that this movie has been getting a little bit of hate from a vocal minority. And those guys need to take a chill pill and just shut up, frankly. Just shut up.
Pesky bee.
Anyway, in my opinion, if you're a fan of the source material, this is a much needed breath of fresh air. especially when it comes to character depth and motivation. This movie is definitely what the franchise needed, especially from a straightforward narrative perspective. So if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, or if you're really deep in these anime streets, I think you need to check this out. And if you want to know more about this movie, check out my spoiler review, which will be coming soon. And I think for now, that will be all. So if you're already subbed to the channel, I just want to say I really appreciate you guys watching. You know what I'm saying? I've been gone for a while and now I just came back with the gaming stroke anime thunder. And I just appreciate you guys supporting your boy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you've been here for a while, you might just want to drop a like. And if you're new here, I would appreciate a subscription. Okay, that's going to be it for now. Sayonara.